Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So yesterday I reviewed the first chapter of the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Structures, which I will have linked down below. Big thank you to Neo Arcadia and JBix for doing translations and captioning. Again, the chapter will be linked down below, but in this video, I want to go over some really cool Easter eggs very quickly with you guys that appeared in the first chapter. Big thank you once again to JBix, who pointed out quite a few of these, starting with the one right in the title, probably right on the thumbnail. Yusei Fudo actually makes an appearance in this manga, albeit it is on a poster, but Yusei Fudo, if you look right behind Ms. Guide, not actually her name, just a character that is an employee of the shop that highly resembles Tour Guide of the Underworld, which is another kind of Easter egg there. You can see a person, a face, the left half of it, that is 100% the man, the myth, the legend, Yusei Fudo. And according to the translations, the dialogue box that is coming from him is, "Hey, let's duel," basically promoting the event that Shoma is at, Shoma being the main protagonist. So, really cool, and again, even though the OCG Structures manga is not going to be the most amazing story, if it has Easter eggs like this, that will definitely keep my attention. So Yusei Fudo, welcome back, kind of, to the Yu-Gi-Oh! World. Not only do we have the shop employee that looks exactly like Tour Guide of the Underworld, but when we see a quick screenshot of some of the cards, we have the very well-known and pretty meta Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring hanging out on the table, and I believe that is a Red Dragon Archfiend card. I'm not sure if it is Red Dragon Archfiend. Honestly, the quality of the card is kind of hard for me to read, kind of hard for me to depict. I'm already not the best at looking at a card artwork and being able to identify what card it is, but the one on the right is definitely the well-known and pretty vital to most decks, Ash Blossom, which is kind of a cool little Easter egg there to a card that is very prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment. The Satellite Shop, which is the second page of this manga, this is where the tournament is being held. It's where Shuma, our protagonist, is going to. On the left, you can see a sign that is talking about Rising Rampage being on sale, which is, of course, a real-life pack, but the massive and really awesome Easter egg in this shot is actually right below, pretty much in the center of the screen to the bottom part of it. You see what looks like a stone carving, which heavily represents the memory tablet, or the Tablet of Lost Memories in the English dub, from the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was a tablet from ancient Egypt built by Priest Seto as a symbol of his friendship with Atem. Again, from the original Duel Monsters, you see the 3 slots that should have the god cards in them. You see where the Millennium Puzzle outline is. I mean, this is an exact replica of that stone tablet, which is really, really incredible. Definitely the 2 coolest Easter eggs from this chapter, in my opinion, this tablet and the Yusei Fudo one. Actually, on that same page, we see some advertisements towards the top of the page. We have one in the top right that says, "Play with your heart," a nice little kind of positive message, unless, I mean, I don't even know if that's really a nice message, play with your heart. If you're going to play with a heart, don't play with other people's hearts. But on the left, we have some more advertisements, and the one really interesting one being at the top left, which says Kageyama Radio. Now, I typed in Kageyama right away, and the character that is called Kageyama is actually one of the 3 Kageyama sisters. If you watch Season 0, she might be familiar to you. They were witches. Seto Kaiba, I believe, it's been a while since I've watched Season 0, ended up stepping up and defeated all 3 of them in one go with his blue eyes, but that probably is not what they're referencing. I doubt these 3 witch sisters, which only appeared in the 1 episode of Season 0, is what's being referenced here. Rather, Naoki Kageyama is the author of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga, and that is most likely who this is giving a shout out to, unless it's just a coincidence. But remember, this manga is being done by the man who did the 5Ds manga, so to give his predecessor a bit of a shout out, I think would be a kind of cool gesture, especially since Yusei Fudo makes an appearance in this chapter as well. I think it's a safe bet to say that Kageyama Radio is probably a reference to the author of the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga, which is pretty cool. And that about covers it. There might have been a couple that I missed, but those are all of the Easter eggs from the first chapter of the new Yu-Gi-Oh manga, Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Structures. If there are any other Easter eggs that I missed that you feel is worth noting, please let me know down below. And again, big thank you to Neo Arcadia and JBix, because they did the translations, they did the editing, and JBix helped me find a lot of these Easter eggs. So big thank you to them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if there's any Easter eggs per chapter, like if chapter 2 is littered with a couple of Easter eggs as well, a couple of references to the older shows, then I will absolutely do this every month. But probably what's going to happen is anytime an Easter egg gets brought up, I'll just mention it in the review unless there's a substantial amount for that chapter. Big thank you to my Platinum tier patrons Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, James Rose, Samuel Stark, Thomas Adderley, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Vincent Van Der Veen, Jordan Osceola, Smith620, RedEye, and FrostReaper, and to my Diamond tier patrons Jesse Wood and Garrett Palmer, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons Syn Cloud, Chris Swan, Matthew Kennedy ×2, and Joss Rivers. Big thank you to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. I cannot tell you how much it helps me out. And a huge thank you to everyone who just watches these videos, because without you guys, I would not be able to do this. I will talk to you all down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.